time I'm gonna have my favorite childhood from the early 2000s. I'm gonna wait till people get here before I start, but I'm gonna search. Faking disabilities. Alright. What is that? Reasons why ADHD is fake? I gotta see this. Someone with ADHD, I want to see what this is like.
I did the research so you don't have to. Here are the reasons ADHD is just an excuse for being lazy and not an actual disorder.
Excuse me, what? Okay, I guess she's got the same views as my dad did, or kind of does. I don't know, let's see. Oh, she's not even saying anything.
And that's all of them. I did the research so you don't have to.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, that caught me off guard. She's saying that it's not an excuse. So, for a lot of my life, people have said, oh, that's just an excuse for why you're not doing any of this stuff. Ooh, never say this to a disabled person. I love that. I love her stuff. Been using my wheelchair so much, and it's been really helping. I can do so much more now. Yeah, but you don't use it too much. You'll become lazy. Excuse me, what? I know this was like an epidemic long. Oh, if disabled people spoke like able people, I want to see what that is.
Are you for a boy or for a girl?
Oh, we don't mind, as long as it's unhealthy.
I don't know why I'm laughing so hard, but I like that. I love that. One second, I gotta watch that again.
Are you hoping for a boy or for a girl?
Oh, we don't mind, as long as it's unhealthy.
Oh, that just caught me off guard. Ooh, what's this? 1 second. The real word for disabled people, we can have fun. Disabled people live such sad and boring lives. Oh my goodness. Disabled people and pity.
When non-disabled people say, oh, I say,
Keep your pity in your... Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Ooh, I love Taking Together's channel. Carly's really great. This is I'm faking having Tourette's. Shut
For
his...
your mouth.
It's for...
Let me know if you need a bigger piece.
I love that. I'm just like, shh. I've had some people say I don't really have ADHD. Ooh, Papa Me really said faking, did this one a couple of days ago.
Welcome back to the Papa Me channel.
I watched part of it on someone's channel, that's why I had an idea.
Not only do you have to has Greta, look at this. People with disabilities discussing things like employment, discrimination, and accessibility issues. While most people wouldn't wish these conditions on their worst enemy, they would gladly play the part for a day if it means gaining something in return. Like streamers who pretend to be paralyzed for pity donations.
Just letting you know that some people in wheelchairs can be ambulatory. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that right. Like my grandma, she couldn't walk for very long distances, so we got her a wheelchair at hospitals. And then way before that, my grandpa different family member's side. He was an ambulatory wheelchair user towards his death. But younger people can also be ambulatory wheelchair users. For example, like walking too long makes them pass out. I've heard of a few people with Tourette's having that, like that I've heard about. I'm pretty sure, don't take my word for any of these things because I don't remember if I'm saying things right.
Really out here.
But he said he was paralyzed. I'm not completely sure. He just walks up like fine. I'm not sure still though.
Oh my god.
That's why today we're going to take a look at people who fake disabilities with motivations that range from financial gain to freaky and bizarre perversions. Because it's a Papa Meat video, and we go there. Sorry. So, without further ado, today we're talking about people who fake disabilities. People have been using this wave of positive disability content for something far more sinister, like the birth of a Down syndrome thirst trap.
Oh, I hate those so much. You're gonna fake having Down syndrome just for people to look at your bodies like that? You are a disgusting human being if you do that. Also, I sympathize with people with Down syndrome because doctors thought I would have that, and also because I'm just like, I sympathize with pretty much everyone, or not pretty much, everyone with disabilities, because life is so much harder with a disability, and I understand what that's like. Let's resume.
I just had a stroke. Holy shit. It's become a trend on Instagram and TikTok to use AI filters that alter one's face to make people appear as if they have Down syndrome. Accounts have been taking horny
No, we're not looking at that.
OnlyFans content and altering them to look disabled. Using captions like, does having Down syndrome mean I won't find love? While they shake their ass at the camera and they pop their pussy and all that kind of stuff. And the comments are just insane. Some of these boys, I tell you what, they need to find God, is what they do.
Exactly.
Many of these videos are being used to advertise OnlyFans accounts, which often seem to be run by fully AI deepfake models. Some of the videos being used to promote adult content were taken from women as young as 16 years old.
Ew. We're not looking at a lot of that.
This trend has resulted in a massive spike in search terms like Down syndrome fitness girl and Down syndrome beautiful girl. Many people are disgusted by the trend, not just over the ethical qualms of deepfaking people without their consent, but the exploitation and fetishization of Down syndrome for profit. While in most cases, the source videos are stolen by anonymous users, some creators have purposely utilized these filters to ride the wave and boost their view counts. Many have deleted their accounts upon being exposed, as their followers could clearly see that their Down syndrome randomly appeared out of nowhere when the trend started. And the issue gets even worse when you see just how many people are willing to fake disability out in the real world rather than just online.
Ooh, dude, I don't know why you would want to fake a disability, because people who say they wish they had a disability, no, you do not. Even though I don't have one that is seen as too hard to deal with, it is to deal with. I consider myself genuinely stupid every single day and have a hard time with school because I have a mental disorder that just, I don't know, I just feel stupid whenever I have this happening, and then I'm bad at school, like extremely bad. I don't even know the difference between parts of speech. Like, let me give you an example. I'm going back to school in a few days. I don't know the difference between parts of speech, so I have to use a paper, because no matter how hard I try, it will not stick in my brain. Don't understand why people would do that. Alright.
Wild lack of shame to willingly do something like this. And when it comes to people that can't experience shame, nobody can hold a candle to Disney adults. That's right, people, we're talking about Disney adults. Did you see it? At Disneyland parks, there used to be something called Guest Assistant Card, which aimed to accommodate guests with disabilities by creating a less stressful environment. The
That is
pass
great.
allowed people to access alternate ride entrances, enjoy air-conditioned waiting areas, receive front row seats.
Dude, That is amazing. But then Disney adults, though not all, because my mom, I consider her a Disney adult because she just will watch any single Disney movie, doesn't matter if it's good or bad. She'll watch it for some reason and think it's good. You don't know the most cringy movies she keeps recommending to me. Ugh, like Doggone or Marmaduke. Ugh. But yeah, when there are stuff given to the disabled, people will. Dang it! I lost my train of thought. When there are things given to disabled people, just because they're disabled, people will try to fake it because they are greedy mother hackers who can't find anything better to do in their life. So.
To shows, and sometimes even bypass lines. And people slowly began realizing that they could abuse this in order to improve their Disneyland
Exactly.
experience. And soon, tons of people began faking disabilities to get one of these fucking cards, man. In some instances, people with legitimate disabilities started illegal businesses in which they hired themselves out to strangers to allow them to receive benefits.
What?
Disney adults would pay for disabled people to enter the park with them so they could get the fuck pass. Hello! The rampant abuse got so intense that Disney had to eventually change the entire system, replacing it with Disability Access Service in 2013. The pass required slightly more effort to obtain, requiring an initial meeting prior to the visit. Yeah, so they basically made it to where it's like, what is it, like a pre-check for a flight.
A protein treat. It'll work. Well, protein bars are great
Commercials.
fun.
Yeah.
TSA pre-check? Make sure. Yeah, the Disney adults were like,
I don't want to participate anymore. I wait in line. It's too hard now.
now, rather than bypassing lines, DSA pass holders would be given reserve time that allowed them to walk freely instead of waiting in long lines. Of course, this soon became heavily abused as well, and Disney eventually got fed up with people pretending to have disabilities, instilling a lifetime ban on anyone that was caught lying to receive a DAS pass, which, to be fair, I think is fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
If you're faking the fucking disability, it should be a one-time. It should be like, okay, no more.
I'm sorry, I hate to wait.
Yeah, stop faking disabilities. I was diagnosed. People think I'm faking. I don't flipping care. Oh, sorry. What was I saying? Dang it! I don't remember what I was trying to say. Dang it! This keeps happening all the time. It's really annoying.
Lines.
The constant abuse of this system has resulted in the DAS passes being much harder to obtain, to the point where people with actual disabilities are turned down when applying for them. Some people have told stories of humiliating interviews where they desperately tried to convince the interviewer that their disability isn't actually real, only to sternly be rejected, which I think is a sign from God to say, this park's kind of fucking cringe. I think I'll just go somewhere else. I'm not wrong. No.
But I want to experience the joy they get at Disney.
Dude, I went to Disney like years ago in Florida. It's not as fun as it looks. The experience is really uncomfortable, especially with sensory related stuff, which I have with ADHD and stuff. Didn't know that at the time, so.
I want to walk around with Anakin Skywalker. Lightsaber? My lightsaber, and then get an autograph from Goofy. Blue milk? It's blue milk. And then you ride on Space Mountain like a million times. My DAS pass. With my DAS pass.
Hell yeah. Do you think they flash and stuff? People that have DAS pass?
Sorry, I need to cut in front of you.
It's like a VIP card.
Oh, yeah.
I would. I'd flaunt around. I'd
Also, just so I can let people know I have ADHD and to make stuff easier for me, I'm getting myself an ADHD awareness pin. I just can't deal with it anymore. I look normal, sure. I don't act normal. I'm always hyper, zoning out, stimming a bunch. My favorite stim is my neck muscles, but then if I do it too much when I'm frustrated, it hurts my neck really bad. So sometimes I'll just be popping my neck. Also, whenever I'm frustrated, I'll start popping my fingers. Like, even if they don't want to pop, I don't know why I do that. Let's resume while I quit talking.
I'd peacock it a bit. Why not?
Sorry. Sorry about that. My disability allows me to go that way.
Wait, we want to thank today's sponsor, Gamer.
I'm sorry, Baba Beat, I can't.
And systems like these, an old fan of online content, and if you're needing a little extra.
Yeah, we're not watching
thank you so
that.
much for Gamer and Subs for sponsoring this video.
That
And back
had
to the
really
video. As
weird
it turns out,
content.
it's surprisingly common for people to get caught up abusing systems like these in
All
order
the time.
to reap the benefits. It goes far beyond theme parks, like with a police officer that claimed $600,000 over a fake injury.
Taxpayer money.
That's why fucking money! Nicole Brown, a cop from Westminster, was on a job in 2022 when she encountered a suspect of a crime. During the arrest, the man ended up striking her on the forehead and causing minor injuries. I don't know what that. She had only experienced minor dizziness the day the event took place. Regardless, she took a few days to recover. I mean, she was fucking struck in the head. Come on. Soon after, a doctor put her on total temporary disability, diagnosing her with severe concussion syndrome. She had spent a long period of time off work, fully paid. She accrued over $600,000 while on leave, all the while claiming she was left completely disabled over the whole ordeal. And it turned out that she had been greatly exaggerating her condition. During time off, she went skiing, snowboarding, participated in a 5K race 2 times, went to Disneyland, hello again, took college classes, and even attended sporting events. In a particularly
Okay. Yeah. While you are trying to recover, you're doing all that kinds of stuff while you could have been working and you're getting paid anyways. Yeah, that's abusing the system, ma'am. Why?
absurd revelation, the investigation found that she had attended Stagecoach Musical Festival, dancing and partying alongside thousands of people. She was put on a virtual meeting during an investigation where her stepfather spoke for her, claiming she was unable to process words or thoughts on her own.
Daddy, I need you to speak. I can't.
She was ultimately admitted to an inpatient center for victims of traumatic brain injuries. She was to be faking her disability.
Dude. I have a family member with a brain injury. If you had a brain injury, you wouldn't be doing that. Like, if it's that extreme. What?
To the various charges relating to fraud and faces up to 22 years in state prison. I just gotta say, too, at a certain point, here's the thing. I think it's a line you're right. Just want to say, she flew way too close to the sun. And to a point, too, where it was like, I don't think we have the full picture. I bet you should.
I'm so sorry, it's shaky. I just have naturally shaky hands.
I'm speculating. $600,000? Or, I mean, how long was it? What was her salary like? It just seems like there was something to where it's like accruing that kind of wealth that quickly. It's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? What, like if her salary was like $40,000 a year, to then go on meetings and be like, ooh, fake that you can't speak and that's messed up. Versus, I want to say that the line is also, if you get hit in the head of your job, you're like, what the squeeze a little bit of juice out of it. Game the system a bit to where you're just like, have the government throw you some shit. Also, if the government's watching, I'm joking.
This is a comedy video.
This is comedy. This is like me joking around. Nick, I need you to speak for me for the government right now.
Hello, government. Hunter can't talk right now. He's fully incapable.
Oh my gosh, he's making fun of her.
Give us a DAS pass for.
There has been a significant rise in flyers pretending to need wheelchairs. Because as you all know, if you've ever ridden on an airplane before, people in wheelchairs, primarily, why the fuck do old people need to fly so? I'm not going to get to that. Don't even put that in.
Maybe elderly people want to travel to visit family members. Or like how my grandparents, when they were getting really old, we were taking them on a trip because they were gonna have their last trip before death. What? Also, I need to throw away my gum. It's bothering me. Oh my gosh. Dude. Alright. Ooh, forgot to turn on my iPad and closures light. Dog! We got a dog. We got a dog. You got such a dog over here. Adorable. Cute. He's a cute dog. He's a cute dog. I'm getting off the topic, but look how adorable he is. He's such an adorable boy. He's so cute. But okay, let's resume because I should stop talking about random other stuff. Ooh, I think I got things doing. Okay, so.
People with disabilities that need assistance get on the plane get to go first before anybody, even before the troops, Nick. See, but I've seen some people where I'm like, which is horrible for me to think, right? But I've seen one person where I'm like, this person's more in shape than I am.
Do you remember the nurse who like jammed the wheelchair on that 75-year-old guy?
Yeah, it was crazy. We've seen a lot, like traveling for work and shit. We've seen a lot of crazy like stuff of people being like, you need to stop. Like people arguing in the having like a disabled person in the chair, like they're fucking like wheeling them around and doing. It's fucking crazy, man. It's like sock and boppers or something, like hungry hippos in the fucking line there.
The girl like helping with the wheelchair wasn't even an air like.
No, she wasn't even. She didn't work for the any airline.
Well, and the funny thing, she's like, excuse me.
Like I see jamming the person, and they had like the whole Stephen Hawking thing where their legs are all like close together, or whatever, and they were just like being flung around in the seat, like.
Oh goodness.
Even people in line were like, "God damn, dude, calm down." People that require wheelchairs are often given special accommodations to make their flight and airport experience more comfortable for their condition. A man on TikTok uses a system to show people how you can benefit from pretending to have a serious injury.
Dude, that's genuinely
Lines,
stupid.
Priority boarding, receiving multiple seats for himself, and being wheeled around by airport staff. That's a piece of shit. That's actually a mistake.
Yeah,
Do you remember at the casino, the guy?
You have to be a horrible human being to pretend that you are disabled. One second, there's a fruit fly. Get out of my room! I don't know why we've got these in my... I don't know how they get in here, dang it. Yeah, you have to be a horrible person to fake a disability to get the benefits.
In the wheelchair and the girl that they're going on a cruise ride.
Yeah, this guy had a girl on his lap, and he was like driving around. He like had his hand in there. He's like, wee. I mean, it looked like he could actually have used the chair, but still, it's like I think that old boy. He was peacocking for sure. It's become much more common for people to abuse the system, which has been referred to as miracle flights, due to the passenger suddenly standing up from their wheelchair once the flight is over. Oh my God, you're healed.
Yeah, but there are some people, like I have said in the beginning, ambulatory wheelchair users, which those guys are called fake all the time.
After a Frontier flight, one man witnessed 20 people enter the plane on wheelchairs, only for just 3 of them to be used when the plane landed. Another man posted to social media after seeing an entire family of 7 in wheelchairs being pushed around by staff. According to him, all 7 of them got up from the wheelchairs simultaneously on the way out of the airport. It's not common for people to use wheelchairs to get away with things like this. The internet is filled with these posts where people try to request advice on how to fake disabilities to get into concerts and other shows. And one post explains how the show they wanted to attend was sold out, so they decided to buy a wheelchair accessible seat as well as rent a wheelchair for the night. He starts asking around for advice on how to make it seem more believable, with tons of comments advising him on how to sell the lie as effectively as possible. People are awesome. To those that criticized him for being an asshole, he responded by saying that he had a great time, adding people held doors open for him and bought him free beers. It's one thing to do something like this for something minor, like, I don't know, a concert, or I don't know, like when I was young.
Yeah, but faking a disability to get into a space, and then there's people who waited patiently and not being jerks, didn't get to go just because you were selfish.
You get little rascals and drive around because you're an idiot. You're dumb. As a child, you don't realize that, like, this is extremely inconsiderate what you're doing. I completely understand that. You're a piece of shit. And I deserve to die. Man, not to that extent, but you know. But this pales into comparison to those who use it to satisfy their sick sexual desires.
Yeah.
Some people would gladly fake a disability simply because they want a nice, attractive woman to change their diaper.
Look at that photo.
I know, this photo is fucking haunting.
Ew. You fake a disability so that someone can change your diaper? You sick weirdo. Oh my gosh.
Rutledge Diaz IV, a 31-year-old man from Louisiana, was
Yeah, he
found
looks like
paying
he'd do that.
healthcare workers to change his adult diapers. This man claimed to have special needs and was unable to take care of himself. He posted various fake advertisements online trying to lure in healthcare workers who thought that they were coming to provide home health care for a made-up character named Corey, described as his 18-year-old brother who was mentally and physically handicapped. Rutledge would then pose as Corey and have the worker change his diaper to fill his strange fetish. For this, he was charged 10 counts of sexual battery and human trafficking in 2019. One victim spoke out about it, stating, quote, "I used to believe that almost everyone in the world was internally good. In this case, I was wrong." And in 2020, he was caught doing the same thing, this time looking for a babysitter for what he described as alternative therapy. When the person arrived at the home for the act, he would hassle them to solicit the same service from another person who could take care of them. Basically, soliciting someone to